It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see...
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We are... Well, great stuff, DA. Thanks. Well, Steve, two strong benches tonight. Both front offices. Great job building these teams and building their depth.
You're totally right, Kevin. And it's hard to do under this salary cap situation. You need strong talent evaluators to be able to have these type of benches.
Sometimes those guys, Smitty, are as valuable as the players themselves.
You're totally right. Whenever you can pick out talent and find guys that fit the great system, you have something.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Joel Embiid. Teague out there with Lou Williams. And there's Iguodala. And it's Porzingis in at the 4 slot. Reverses. Williams' shot is off. Oladipo against Iguodala. Oladipo taking his time here. Pass to Harris. Iguodala against Oladipo. Here's Love. He gets it in there.
Pinpoint accuracy near the rim, something Kevin Love has had for a very long time.
Down low. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss.
And the play looked good there for a second, just couldn't finish.
Well, the pass has to be on point. Then the catch and flush just doesn't work out here.
T kicks to Williams. Iguodala against Oladipo. Here's Porzingis. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. Porzingis has got his first points of the game.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
And Smitty, the three-point shot last season, not the Spurs' best friend.
They rarely shoot a ton of threes, but the ones they take, they usually make at a high clip. They had a new starting point guard, and Kawhi Leonard only played 9 games. That won't help.
With the fadeaway. And that one's good, Simmons.
And really with Simmons, the guy just has everything, including the soft mid-range jump shot.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
Poor timing on that play causes the turnover.
Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Harris kicks to Oladipo. Passes it to Ingles. On the wing, Harris. Guarded by Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Oladipo for 3. The rebound by the Spurs.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Iguodala kicks to Williams. Over Love. Williams gets the bucket.
Not to be denied, you see the defender closing out. Williams pays him no mind.
Simmons passes to Love. Shoots over Embiid. Love, no luck. And so it's Iguodala. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Over in the corner, Williams. There's 42 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Back to Iguodala. Porzingis against Ingles. Fader on the way. And the Spurs scoring again.
Heating up early on. This is exactly how he wanted to start the night.
Well, he has the ability to get you off on the right foot. Now it's just about sustaining it.
Simmons against T. Now here's Oladipo. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against.
And that's a surprise. He's usually deadly from mid-range.
Down low, here's Embiid. That shot off. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And playing at the center as opposed to his customary power.
The adjustment for me has just...
The league in general, GA, going smaller. Love finding himself more and more moving up to the 5.
Yeah, he can certainly rebound at that position, and his perimeter shooting at the 5 makes him a tough cover.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Spurs so far, guys, what do you think?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second-chance points.
A fundamental part of basketball, taking advantage of guys who fail to block out.
They've got Oladipo. Joe Ingles is out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Ben Simmons. And it's Harris in at shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Kristaps Porzingis, standing 7'3". He's played power forward early in his NBA career, but with that height, his future, it could be at the center position.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you. Simmons inside. Teague covering. Here's Ingles. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play. And with Porzingis having the ACL tear, Greg, maybe losing some of his lateral quickness, perhaps accelerating his move to the 5.
I mean, part of his rehab was hitting the weights and just adding strength. I think, if anything, his offensive skill set, though, even more impactful at the 5.
Simmons finds Ingles, and that one drops for him. Ingles has got 8 points.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Inside. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. 13 feet away. The Nuggets keep it going. A new 24-second shot clock. Teague against Simmons. Good. Teague's got the lead up to 5 now for San Antonio.
And when Teague is hitting with his floater, he is so dangerous once he gets into the teeth of the defense.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And Steve, looking at KD's move, the Isaiah Thomas trade, what level of loyalty is there now between players and teams?
You know, I think it comes down to, I know people get upset when Spurs say like the Kevin Durant move, but he was a free agent, so he was allowed to move. I think when it comes a little tricky, when you have guys traded, that's when you start to see the players starting to see where they sometimes don't think the organization have loyalty, but sometimes, and you can see organizations a lot of times is just looking to make their teams better, but it really comes down to a trade when the loyalty starts to be questioned.
Here's Porzingis, poked loose. It's stolen by Oladipo. And now here comes Simmons leading the break. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here's Iguodala. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Iguodala's got his first bucket of the night.
This offense just continues to impress.
Harris kicks to Simmons. Over Teague. That shot off. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They host the 76ers after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Williams passes to Porzingis. Here's Embiid. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
They get it again.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Iguodala kicks to Porzingis. There's Williams with the 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got his 4th assist in this one. Oladipo outside. On the wing, Harris. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's the set. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey folks, welcome. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They gathered some serious momentum in the second quarter, and as well as they played, it's a little bit of a surprise that their lead is. And that wraps up the half.
The Denver skyline looking absolutely gorgeous tonight as we return to the Mile High City. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
What I love watching is they are working for high percentage looks and cashing in when they get them.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Porzingis is out there with Embiid. Then there's Teague.
Shot's good.
Then it's Williams. And it's Iguodala in at small forward. The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the night.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Simmons dishes to Oladipo. And the three off target. Spurs leading by 10.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense. And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Yes, in the first minute or so, you knock down a couple of shots, you are in rhythm.
Oladipo against Iguodala. Lock at 6. Embiid. The shot from the low post is good. Embiid's got the lead back up to 10 now for San Antonio. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Outside Teague. Pass to Williams. Iguodala finds Porzingis. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 12-point Spurs lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Oladipo outside. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Over Teague, and that one's good. Simmons.
And Simmons is totally comfortable near the rim, using his body well to get the shot he wants.
Iguodala, the pass to Porzingis. Got a piece of it, and it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
And checking out the stats for Teague. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 14 points per, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
And Love gets it to go.
Well, we know Love's been a great shooter for many years, but his catch-and-shoot game has reached another level.
Iguodala deciding where to go with it. The pass to Porzingis. Over Ingle. Porzingis can't hit. The Nuggets trail by 7. Simmons on the wing. Teague covering. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Teague. To the inside. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Teague. Teague's got 3 assists tonight. And it's Harris with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And Simmons kicks to Love. No good on the triple.
rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Baseline jumper. No good off the front iron. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And it's Simmons penetrating. And again, Denver no good.
Still no rhythm. This may be a time when you want to make the extra pass. Give someone else a chance.
Oladipo against Iguodala. Over to the left wing. And here's Porzingis for a 3.
That is the perfect technique to rebound. I mean, he shields his man, kept him behind, and then he's off to the races.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Ben Simmons is out there with Gary Harris. Then there's Kevin Love. Then it's Joe Ingles. And it's Oladipo in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Kicks to Simmons. Over Teague. That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Simmons.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Iguodala against Oladipo. Bounce pass from Iguodala. Here's Porzingis. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Up top, Simmons. Teague covering. Fader on the way. And Embiid pulls it down. San Antonio leading by 7. Outside Williams. Pass to Teague. Iguodala outside. Passes it to Porzingis. Over Ingles. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. The Nuggets shooting about 42% so far. Oladipo against Iguodala. Puts it up from 12. No good there. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Iguodala's got 6 assists in the game. Iguodala against Oladipo. No good on the free throw. You hear the term empty stats every once in a while, Steve, usually referring to great production on a bad team. How valid do you think that theory is?
It is. A lot of guys you see are averaging, these numbers, and players look around, and the players you're saying, unfortunately for him, those numbers are empty stats because there are a lot of times these numbers are found in when the game is decided. And a lot of times on bad teams, you see these guys going for numbers. Then you get a chance to see them play on good teams, and those stats just don't match up.
Good explanation. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Kept alive. The kick out to Teague. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Left side, Porzingis. Iguodala up top. Guarded by Oladipo. Scooped up. That one is good from Joel Embiid. And the Spurs lead by 13.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on them.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Teague kicks to Williams. Iguodala against Oladipo. Porzingis. That shot off. Now the Nuggets take it the other way.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Spurs.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year. And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The Nuggets with another miss. And Teague's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. This is the most they've led by 13 points. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.